welcome to week 2 of the never-ending Everybody Loses podcast. Today is November 4th, if you're keeping count, and I'm here with Matt. Matt, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing, Kevin? Oh, well.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know what you just called me, but we're just going to move right past that. This is our second podcast, and apparently we are still here.
Yeah, we are. We're still here. We appreciate all the, what would you call it, fandom that we've received over the past week.
I would say that, yeah.
I mean, we begged for most of it, but we still appreciate that you would...
You know, I've always said I wanted to be the guy that has to, ask all his friends to like his page. I've always wanted to be that guy, and... this has given me the platform to be that guy.
I never wanted to be that guy, because usually when that happens, it's people that you've never even talked to before, and they're starting up a stupid, I don't know.
Startup,
Yeah, a clothing apparel or,
Matt, I heard you have an update from our leading article last week.
Yeah, well, as you all know, last week we extensively covered the clown epidemic that is, tragically...
destroying
uprooting our communities and homes. I'm not going to go into details about where I work, but I work at a store that sells seasonal merchandise, and I just thought it would be interesting to note that we the week leading up to Halloween we have these scary clown mannequin things that we were selling, about 3 feet high.
Sounds interesting.
And we received an email from our corporate offices telling us to remove them out of sensitivity due to current events.
Wow. So they obviously have listened to the Everybody Loses podcast and realized that this issue is not going away. And honestly, I'm a little offended as a New Jerseyan that none of the moderators brought that up at any of the debates. It was never a question, not in the primaries, never in a conference. The president's never been asked about it.
That's why people are so disenfranchised with this whole election, I think, because they're not talking about the real issues.
I know. We talk about taxes and war, but if we can't keep our homeland safe, I mean, what does, Homeland Security even do? What even is that?
Homeland Security. Aren't they the ones that put those little signs on the front lawns of houses and put those alarm systems in?
Yeah. But that seems like their thing, because clowns have been... Now you're the clown expert, at least if you're keeping score.
Sure.
Here. Yeah. You found the article. You talked about this store that you work at that sells clown makeup or something, right? Is that what
clowns.
They sell clowns. Are clowns slaves?
Don't put words in my mouth.
Hey,
So what do you think about that?
What do I think about clown? No, we're not doing two big bits about clowns 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
I think we should move
on. If we have any recurring segments, they shouldn't be about clowns.
No. As much as we like clowning around. Oh, we already made that joke, clowning around. I'm sorry, we'll have to edit that out.
Oh, something I just I guess you would know a little bit about this. An occurrence that I just now, I don't follow sports at all, but I just found out about it earlier today. Was the 2003 Steve Bartman incident?
What?
Steve Bartman?
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, it's trending on Twitter and everything. He was the guy who, in the 2003 playoffs, I guess, for the Cubs, whoever the Cubs were playing, they hit, a pitch, and... Was my terminology incorrect or something?
No, you're fine.
And it went into the stands. It
like
went
a home run, baby.
Right on the edge of the stands. And the Cubs outfielder was about to catch. Is that correct?
Outfielder's a thing.
I was about to catch it, and a fan went to grab the ball.
Okay, yeah.
And
fan interference.
Fucked the guy up, but it wasn't called as fan interference. The ump didn't call it. So. The guy was named Steve Bartman. He had to be escorted off the premises by security guards, and he had to have armed police at his house. He started receiving death threats from Cubs fans.
So Steve Bartman's a fan.
Yeah, he was a fan
in 2003. I'm assuming he's not a fan anymore.
I mean, this is all trending now because of the Cubs won a I don't know
World Series.
They won a home game or something. I don't know. I don't follow it, but. Yeah, so he had to like lay low for the past 10 years apparently.
Let's just say this: when can we stop being obsessed with the Cubs? We all know, like, no one was a Cubs fan. Who like what? Eddie Vedder and Bill Murray
And
are Cubs fans, and I'm a fan of both men.
And apparently Robert Zemeckis too.
Yeah, let's just listen. If you want to drop Back to the Future references, I'm down with that plan. But stop acting like you guys are fans, okay? It's not cool. The Cubs are not cool, and they weren't cool. Like, it was cool when they didn't win because we need certain fans to be kept down. We need sports teams to be diminished, and the Cubs were that. Now we don't have that team, and that we can just make fun of, and it's a real shame. I don't know what to say. Thankfully, the Eagles have never won a Super Bowl. I'm really riding out. I've been. Man, we don't curse on this podcast. I've been really riding out that train for as long as I've known about sports, so
I think
keep that going.
I think this is just grounds to say that sports just shouldn't be followed in general.
Oh no, I completely, as a sports fan, I say I wish I never started watching it because it ruins everything.
It obviously brings out the worst in people.
Oh yeah, people rioting in the streets. I never understood. I'm a sports fan. I've never, win or lose, seen a team that I root for. I'm like, let's go flip some cars, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. And the weirdest part is, like, why is it that the winning team flips the cars? Like, is that like,
I don't know.
When people, like, when they have kids for the first time or get married, like, all right, let's go flip a car, man. Like, I don't get it.
Well, it depends what part of the world you live in, I guess. What part of the country?
Man,
if you live up in Maine, people are like, oh, we just had a kid, let's write a book or something. Or if you live in Seattle, they're like, oh, we just had a kid.
Now you're ruining our international and nationwide appeal with these Maine and
what about all the Cubs fans we just lost because you went off on a 2-minute rant about
Cubs fans are not people.
You went on a 2-minute rant about
yeah, exactly.
A proverbial ramp of Cubs hatred.
Cubs fans are not people.